The American Express Platinum Card is one of the most expensive credit cards out there, coming in at $695 every single year. And I've held this card open for 2 years now, so it's time for me to decide if I really want to keep or cancel this card. So I'll break down everything you need to know about this card, so when I'm calculating if it's worth it for me to hold on to, you can do the same to see if you need to apply for this card or if you should cancel it if you already hold it. So here we have the screen with the American Express Platinum Card, and it does say $695 for that annual fee. So expensive. And if you want to add an authorized user, that is going to come with another $195 that you have to pay. We're not going to talk about the authorized user card in this video, but my wife does have one. We're just talking about if it's worth it to spend almost $700 a year to keep my card open. And this is a referral offer, so it does have a welcome offer here at the top. I will have a link in my description if you do want to apply it for this card. 80,000 points is not a good offer, but sometimes we've seen as high as 150,000 points or 175,000 points for that same $8,000 spent in the first 6 months. So I'll be updating that link. If there's ever an elevated offer, you'll see it right there. And the welcome offer for me is not what is going to impact my decision on keep or cancel, because I already earned the welcome offer. So we will just have to continue with the credits and benefits. And this is where you're going to make up your annual fee for your Platinum card. We'll just scroll right down the page and see what's here. So the featured benefits, the top one here is the $200 hotel credit. You don't get to just spend $200 at any hotel and there you go, you get a statement credit of $200. You have to specifically go through the Amex travel portal, and there's only specific hotels that will qualify for this credit: the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection and the Hotel collection. If we click on the plus, we can learn a little bit more. It says right here you can earn up to $200 back in statement credits each year on prepaid Fine Hotels and Resorts or the Hotel collection bookings. And to just keep it simple right now, I can just tell you that I have not used this credit yet because I don't stay in luxurious hotels very often. And when I am doing that, it is not through this Amex travel portal in their specific way. But eventually, hopefully I can use it at some point. And so my value that I'm putting on this credit, it's not going to be the full $200. I'm going to put a value of $25 for this perk. For now, I'm just not getting that much use out of it. But it is a great perk for a lot of people, just not my travel situation right this second. And now moving on to the next benefit, we have the $240 digital entertainment credit. And this is going to be up to $20 in statement credits each month after you pay for eligible purchases with your Platinum card. So what are eligible purchases for this digital entertainment credit? Well, there's only a couple options here, but we'll go over all of them. Disney Plus, a Disney bundle, ESPN Plus, and Hulu, the New York Times, Peacock, and the Wall Street Journal. Ever since getting the Platinum card, my wife and I have got Disney Plus and Hulu and also Peacock, and that's what we use for our $20 statement credits every single month. If we didn't have the Platinum card, then my wife would still want to keep Disney Plus and Hulu. And so right now we do pay just under $20 for these three subscription services. And just because we get about the full amount of value out of this credit, I am not valuing it at the full $240. I'm going to value it at around $150 because that's about how much we would be willing to spend on streaming services that are paid for by the Platinum card. Next up on the website, we can close out the digital entertainment credit and scroll down to the Walmart Plus credit. And this is one that is really, really nice. I love having Walmart Plus. I didn't have it before I got the Platinum card, but I would gladly pay this fee to have access to Walmart Plus now that I know what it's all about. So with the Walmart Plus credit, it says $155, and you can get up to $12.95 in statement credits back each month after you pay for your monthly Walmart Plus membership. And then of course, any taxes with your Walmart Plus subscription, those would also be covered. We don't have to grocery shop anymore, drive to the store, pick out all the items, check out. All that is a huge hassle, at least, from my standpoint now, looking at it, because we get 95% of our groceries from Walmart now, and it's absolutely fantastic. So there is an annual subscription that you can get for Walmart Plus for $98 a year, and then you have to pay taxes on that. So I wouldn't value this at the full $155 just because I wouldn't be paying monthly for the subscription. I would be paying yearly, and so I will value this credit at $100 because with taxes it would be over $100. And now our total valuation is $275. Next up, we have the Global Lounge Collection, and I'm actually going to be skipping this right now because there's not a specific dollar amount you can put on this. So I will just keep scrolling down to the Uber Cash, and we'll come back to the lounges after we're done with all of these statement credits. So with the Uber Cash, it says $200 every year. So you get $15 in Uber Cash on US rides each month, plus a bonus $20 in December. And it does say rides right there, but you can use it for Uber or Uber Eats if you want. The Uber Cash will be deposited directly into your account every first of the month, and then you can go spend as much as you want, and then $15 will be taken off of your final bill, and then $35 in December. So I value this pretty highly because I'm pretty much always going to the airport at least once a month, either going to the airport or returning from the airport back to my house. So I'm using Uber about 10 of the 12 months a year, and then the other 2 months of the year I may just get Uber Eats. And so with this value, I may not go the full $200, but I'll value it at $150. So now we're at a total value of $425 of benefits, and we're still going. There's this $200 airline fee credit. You get up to $200 per calendar year in statement credits. There is a list of airlines that you can choose at the beginning of each year. There's a lot of US carriers there to choose from. I personally go with United Airlines, and there is a way that I'm able to get a pretty good value out of charging United Airline expenses to my Platinum card, and then they're reimbursed in the form of a statement credit. And I value it at around $150. So with that said, we are now at $575. I'm trying to be a little bit conservative with my evaluations on how much each credit is worth, because I really want to make sure that I am getting enough value to keep this card open, and I'm not tricking myself into paying that really high annual fee and thinking I'm getting a good value for all these credits. And now we can scroll down, and there is one we need to talk about, the Shop Saks with Platinum. So you get up to $100 in statement credits annually for purchases at Saks Fifth Avenue or Saks.com. So you get $50 in statement credits for January to June, and then you get another $50 of statement credits from July to December. And I make sure to use this every single half year, and usually these stuff on Saks.com, it's really expensive, high-end luxury items, clothing and whatnot, but I always go and check on the sales. I make sure to sort by price low to high so that I can see what's available for me to purchase, and then I get the full statement credit back to me in my account in just a few days. So I always end up buying something like socks or a t-shirt. Sometimes I can get my wife something like jeans or some shorts. I absolutely could not value this at the full $100 because I would not be shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue without this credit. But I would have to buy some clothing anyway, socks, shorts, t-shirts, things like that. And so I will value this at $25 every year, and just say, yeah, I would have bought a $12, $13 shirt in that 6 months. I am somebody that goes to airport lounges so many times throughout the year. I mean, I've probably been to at least 30 this year, probably way more. And this global lounge collection includes things like Centurion lounges, Escape lounges, Priority Pass, Plaza Premium, Lufthansa lounges, and Delta Sky Clubs. I visited all of them since I got this card 2 years ago. The only one that I haven't visited this year was the Delta Sky Clubs. I visited all the other ones. Lufthansa is pretty great. The Centurion lounges are amazing. Priority Pass is great, but I already have Priority Pass from some of my other cards like the Capital One Adventure X, and so I'm actually not going to include any of the valuations of Priority Pass lounges in this calculation. Just when I go to Centurion lounges, Delta Sky Clubs, Lufthansa lounges, and Escape lounges that are not covered by Priority Pass. I didn't see exactly how many times I went to these specific lounges, but I know that it's been at least 10 to 15, and so if I were to value each visit at a lounge at $20 each, then because I would have had to maybe eaten something at the airport during a long layover or anything like that, then I would have at least $200 of value out of the lounge access, but I know that I can value that way higher because of how often I'm having a 10-hour layover and I need some sort of lounge to get to because I travel all around the world, and sometimes it's just inconvenient to just be waiting in the airport terminal and not in a lounge. So now I have $800 worth of value out of my Platinum card, and that is higher than the $695 annual fee, but there are other things to look at with this card to see if there's any value there. The spending categories are 5 times points when you use this card to purchase flights directly with airlines or with Amex Travel, and then you can also get 5 times points when you book hotels directly through AmexTravel.com. And I've used this once. I wasn't a fan of it. Every time I look at the Amex Travel portal, it seems like the hotels are inflated in price. And so for that reason, I've never used it since that first time. And then it's just 1 times points on everything else. So really not great to use as an everyday card. There's plenty of other cards for that. But the spending categories are okay for the 5 times points. And then the credits are really what makes this card shine. Then there's other things about the card like Marriott Gold status automatically, which can be good for some people, but I've never used it. And then Hilton Gold status, which is actually amazing and I love using that, but I could just get a different Hilton card and get Gold status. And then there's other things like no foreign transaction fees. That's great, but I have it with many other cards. There's car rental privileges. I believe you get the top tier status at Avis, Hertz, and National, which is nice if you use it, but I've never used it because I just booked the cheapest car possible, and it's usually not any of these 3 car rental companies. There's secondary car rental loss and damage insurance. It's secondary coverage right there. It is not primary, so I've never used this card for car rentals. There's the Premium Global Assist Hotline, which can be great for some people, but I've never used it. Then there's also trip delay insurance and trip cancellation and interruption insurance. I'm sure that's great for some people, but I've never used it. And then we can keep scrolling down to see if there's anything else. There's a fee credit for global entry or TSA PreCheck. This is fantastic. I did charge the Platinum card for global entry, which includes TSA PreCheck in my first go around, but I have so many cards now that offer this perk that I have to value this at $0. There is purchase protection, extended warranty, shop runner. I'm sure it's great, but I've never used any of those. Amex offers can be pretty great for some people. I have actually got $48.88 worth of value out of these Amex offers this year. So that's nice, but I can't always count on them. And I have other American Express cards that can get these Amex offers. So I have to value this at $0, but there is definitely some worth into having these on your account. And then just scrolling through everything like return protection, Amex Send, cell phone protection, that could be nice for some people. I've never used it. And then that's all from the Amex Platinum card. There's a lot of credits and benefits to make it worth it for a ton of people. Depending on the kind of person that you are and how you spend your money and how you travel, you could get value out of this card, or maybe you won't. So who is this card for? If you're looking to apply for this card, what should be a part of your lifestyle so that it makes sense for you to pay $695 every year? Well, number one, it's for heavy travelers. I'm somebody that's out of the country about a third to close to a half of the calendar year, traveling to as many countries as I possibly can because it's my job now to travel the world and make videos about it on this channel and on my other YouTube channel. And so that's why I'm traveling so much, so I can take advantage of lounge access and all of the various travel perks that come with this card. Another way I can see you getting value out of this card is you have to take advantage of both the travel credits and the lifestyle credits. So first, with the travel credits, you have to be able to get enough value out of that lounge access, and you also want to be able to use the $200 luxury hotel credit, and then you can also get value out of the airline fee credit, and then you also need to get value out of those lifestyle credits. There's the $200 of Uber Cash, the digital entertainment credit, and then also the Walmart Plus subscription. This is another lifestyle credit that I didn't even know about until I got it, and now I feel like I can't live without it. So with that said, you may think that, well, I'm going to keep it. I have $800 of credits for a $695 annual fee. Well, then I should just keep the card. Well, I didn't really think like that. I really wanted to get more than $800 of value out of this card, and maybe I'm valuing it too conservatively and I actually get over $1,000 worth of value, but I just don't like spending $700 a year for holding this card. And that's why I went to AmericanExpress.com and I chatted with a representative to see if there was any retention offer that they could give me for this card. And they were able to give me two offers. There was one where I could earn 35,000 membership rewards points for spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. And then the alternate offer is getting a $350 statement credit for spending the same amount, $4,000 in 3 months. So right now I have to decide which offer I want to accept because I'm heavily leaning towards keeping this card open and definitely not canceling it. But let me know in the comments below if you have the Platinum card or are planning to get it. And I do have that referral link down in the description. Just click on it, see if you get a good offer if you want to apply for the card. If it's not a good offer, don't worry about it. Find a better offer out there. And in a future video, I will be making my final decision if I'm keeping or canceling this card, while also going over that retention offer I got in good detail so that you can be aware of how to get that with all of your American Express cards. And even though that video will contain my final decision, I'm probably holding on to this card for another year. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.